Clicking on this video means you're serious about mastering the art of reading people. I'll teach you 10 effective cold reading tricks, step by step, using science-backed methods. Remember, these techniques can be powerful, so use them responsibly. Now imagine walking into a room full of strangers, and within minutes, uncovering their deepest fears, desires, and secrets, all without them saying a word. It's not magic. It's cold reading, a powerful psychological tool that allows you to appear as if you have supernatural insight. Cold reading is the ability to extract information from someone without them realizing it, creating the illusion that you know more about them than you actually do. Whether you're looking to influence, manipulate, or simply understand others on a deeper level, cold reading gives you an edge that's both fascinating and dangerous. So, if you want to master the art of cold reading, watch this video till the end. I'm about to reveal 10 powerful cold reading tricks that will enable you to read anyone's mind instantly and manipulate conversations like a pro. Step 1. The veil of vague statements. Start with broad, general statements. Your goal is to create the illusion that you know more than you actually do. You might start with something like, I get the sense that you've been dealing with some uncertainty lately. This vague statement is designed to resonate with almost anyone, making them think you've tapped into something profound. As they respond, they'll begin to open up and reveal personal details, giving you the information you need to guide the conversation and influence them further. The key is that the vague statement acts as a hook. It grabs the person's attention and makes them curious about how much you really know. The more they engage and reveal, the more it seems like you've tapped into something deep, even though you're only feeding off the information they've provided. Step 2. Watch their reactions. Their body language is your guide. Observe their body language closely. For instance, if you notice a slight nod or a brief change in their expression when you mention something personal, it's a sign you're hitting the mark. Mirror their reactions. If they lean in or show a particular emotion, do the same. This mirroring creates a subconscious connection, making them feel more understood and likely to open up, providing you with more insights to work with. If you notice that someone's eyes brighten when you mention a certain topic, it's a sign that this area is important to them. You can use this to guide the conversation toward that subject, making them feel more engaged and understood. Likewise, if they seem to become tense or closed off, you can steer away from the topic, showing that you're sensitive to their emotions. Step 3. The power of Barnum statements. Barnum statements are broad, vague remarks that apply to nearly everyone. To effectively use Barnum statements in conversation, start by making a broad observation that the other person is likely to agree with. A good example would be, you value honesty, but there have been times when you've been hurt by someone's dishonesty. This type of statement touches on a universal theme. Most people value honesty and have been let down at some point. When the person agrees, they are more likely to feel that you understand them, and they may begin to reveal more about their experiences. The goal is to establish a sense of trust and connection by making statements that sound insightful but are actually very general. As they respond, you can guide the conversation in a direction that allows you to gather more specific details about their life and emotions. For example, after a Barnum statement about loyalty, they might start talking about a personal betrayal, giving you more information to work with as you steer the dialogue. Step 4. Fishing for information. Ask open-ended questions designed to extract more information. Pose open-ended questions like, can you share what's been the biggest challenge for you lately? This kind of question encourages them to reveal detailed personal information. As they open up, you'll gather valuable insights that can be used to tailor your approach and make it seem like you've intuitively understood their situation. As you gather more information through open-ended questions, you can begin to tailor your approach based on the specifics they provide. For example, if you ask someone, what's been the biggest challenge for you lately? And they mention stress at work, you now have a valuable piece of information to work with. You might then steer the conversation toward solutions or advice that align with the challenges they've shared, making it seem like you intuitively understand their situation. This personalized approach helps to build trust and rapport, as the other person feels like you're genuinely invested in helping them. It also positions you as someone who has valuable insights and solutions, increasing your influence over their decisions. Step 5. Subtle shifts in topic. Once you've gathered sufficient information through open-ended questions and observations, the next step is to subtly shift the conversation towards topics where you can make educated guesses or offer insights. This technique is particularly effective because it allows you to appear more knowledgeable and intuitive, further building your credibility in the eyes of the other person. By transitioning the conversation smoothly, you can guide it in a direction that aligns with your goals while still making the other person feel heard and understood. Shifting the conversation too abruptly can break the flow and make the other person feel as if they are being manipulated or guided too forcefully. To avoid this, it's essential to make the transition feel natural. One effective way to do this is by picking up on a detail they've already shared and expanding on it. For example, if the person has mentioned challenges in their relationship, you could smoothly steer the conversation to their emotional well-being by saying, "It sounds like that's been really tough for you emotionally. How have you been coping with all of that?" This subtle shift allows you to maintain the conversational flow while guiding it in a new direction that gives you more room to make educated guesses and offer insights. Step 6. Feign confidence. Confidence is your weapon. Exude confidence in your statements, even if you're making educated guesses. For instance, say things like, "I'm sure you've been feeling overwhelmed by recent changes," with unwavering certainty. The more confident you appear, the more likely they are to believe in your insights and be drawn into your influence. Any hesitation will undermine your credibility, so maintain control and project authority throughout. When you make confident statements like, "I'm sure this has been difficult for you lately," you're not necessarily relying on hard facts, but on the universal experience of difficulty during tough times. Because it's a common experience, the person is likely to relate to it and accept your statement as accurate. Remember, confidence is not about knowing everything. It's about making others believe that you do. With practice, you can master the art of feigning confidence and use it to strengthen your influence in any conversation. 7. The illusion of choice. Create the illusion of choice by asking for their input, like, "What do you think is the most important factor in your current situation?" As they respond, subtly guide their answers to align with your narrative. This tactic makes them feel in control while you skillfully steer the conversation to reinforce the idea that you truly understand their perspective, thereby deepening their trust in you. The key to effectively creating the illusion of choice is in how you frame the options. You want to present options that all lead to the same outcome or are aligned with your objectives. The person believes they have multiple paths to choose from, but each one ultimately leads to a conclusion that benefits you or supports your narrative. For example, if you're trying to convince someone to make a particular decision, you might say, "Would you prefer to focus on improving your work-life balance? Or do you think managing stress is the key priority right now?" No matter what they choose, both paths can lead to the same advice or outcome you're steering toward, perhaps a recommendation for a solution you had in mind all along. Once they begin to answer, you can subtly guide their responses to reinforce your point of view. You do this by validating their thoughts while introducing new ideas that align with your narrative. For example, if they say, "I think managing stress is the key priority," you could respond with, "That's a great point. A lot of people find that managing stress helps with both their personal and professional life. Have you considered how this might improve your work-life balance too?" By subtly expanding on their answer, you guide the conversation back to the areas you want to explore while making them feel like they've led the discussion. The illusion of choice is a powerful tool for guiding conversations and influencing others while making them feel empowered. By carefully framing options, guiding their responses, and maintaining a sense of collaboration, you can steer conversations in your favor without appearing controlling or manipulative. This tactic deepens trust, builds rapport, and helps you achieve your objectives while ensuring the other person feels heard and valued. 8. Leave room for doubt. Always leave some ambiguity in your statements. "I feel there's something significant in your past, but it's just out of reach." This encourages them to fill in the blanks, often revealing more than they intended. You can then use this information to further manipulate the conversation. This technique works best when you give just enough information to pique their interest, but leave key details unsaid. The more they talk to fill the gaps, the more they provide you with the material you need to guide the conversation in your favor. The key to mastering this technique is to strike a balance between being vague enough to leave room for interpretation, but confident enough to appear insightful. With practice, you can use doubt to subtly guide conversations, build trust, and exert influence without appearing manipulative. Step 9. Echoing emotions. When they display strong emotions, reflect those feelings back to them by saying, "It sounds like you're really frustrated by this situation." Echoing their emotions establishes a deep emotional connection, making them feel truly understood. This emotional bond increases their susceptibility to your influence as they become more invested in the interaction. Imagine you're talking to a friend who is venting about a difficult situation at work. They might say something like, "I just feel like I'm being overlooked, and no matter what I do, my boss doesn't recognize my efforts." You can echo their emotions by saying, "It sounds like you're feeling really unappreciated, and that must be really frustrating for you." By reflecting their feelings back to them, you acknowledge their frustration and show empathy, which will likely prompt them to open up even more. As the conversation continues, you can steer it in a helpful direction by asking, "What do you think would make your boss recognize your efforts more?" This subtle shift encourages them to think about solutions, allowing you to continue guiding the conversation while keeping the emotional connection strong. This technique can be especially useful in professional environments, friendships, or relationships where influence and trust are important. By reflecting their emotions and guiding them toward positive outcomes, you not only build trust, but also become a key figure in their decision-making process. 10. Predicting the future. Finally, make a vague prediction about their future. "I see a turning point coming soon, something that will challenge you but ultimately make you stronger." Most people are facing some kind of challenge, and they'll attribute whatever happens next to your prediction, solidifying your perceived power. To make this technique effective, it's important to keep your predictions broad, yet framed in a way that resonates emotionally. For example, using phrases like, "I sense that there's a big decision coming your way. You're going to face a challenge soon, but you'll come out stronger. There's a relationship in your life that will undergo a significant change." These statements work because they're universally relatable. Most people are navigating decisions, challenges, and changes in relationships at any given time, so it's highly likely that something in their life will align with your prediction. To maximize the impact of your predictions, combine them with emotional language that taps into the person's current state. If you've already used techniques like echoing emotions and fishing for information, you should have a good sense of what they're going through. For example, if they've expressed anxiety about their career, you could say, "I feel like you're at a crossroads in your career. Something is about to shift, and it's going to bring new opportunities." When used effectively, this technique not only enhances your perceived wisdom, but also creates a long-lasting impression that keeps people coming back to you for advice and guidance. Whether in personal relationships or professional settings, predicting the future can solidify your role as a trusted figure in their lives. Cold reading is more than just a party trick. It's a dark psychological tool that can be used to manipulate and control. With practice, you can sharpen these skills to become a master of perception, bending others to your will without them ever knowing how you did it. If you found these cold reading techniques intriguing, don't miss out. Subscribe to our channel for more in-depth strategies and tips on mastering psychological skills. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a video, and share your experiences or questions in the comments below. Dive into the world of mind reading and unlock your full potential today.
Remember, if I die it wasn't an accident, follow man's hubs.